Have you guys ever had a burning desire to watch a team grappling event where a bunch of Dagestani MMA fighters compete against some of the best jiu-jitsu practitioners in the world? No? You haven't? Yeah, me neither. Well, lucky for you, an event like this happened, known as the AIGA Grappling Extravaganza. Now, just to give a quick highlight of who's competing in this event, there are 4 teams. 1, Khabib Nurmogomedov's MMA school. They're all MMA fighters. A few guys undefeated. Other guys have really solid records. Some, one guy was like 3-2. It's a mixed bag. But come on, being a Dagestani MMA fighter is all that matters these days. You could be 0-12, but if I see you have that beard, I'm trying to climb out of the cage to escape. 2, a team known as the Universal Fighters. Now, this team is also based in Dagestan, but they are a pure grappling school competing in wrestling, jiu-jitsu, and sambo. I tried Googling a few of the guys' names, and absolutely nothing came up, so this is a mystery team. Next, we have Team Modolfo, but I'm just going to call them Team ADCC because, for one, I have no idea why their name is that. 2, this fits them better. This guy right here's name is Dante Leon. He got 3rd place at the last ADCC, so he's a monster. This guy, Isaac Michelle, brown belt, formerly under Craig Jones, just won the Who's Next reality show, and he had a 2-hour match to do it, which is absolutely insane. One of the best up-and-coming guys out there right now. And this guy, Giancarlo Bodoni, he is the 88-kilogram ADCC champion of last year, so he is the best in the world at that weight class. And this guy down here, Cole Abate, jiu-jitsu prodigy, so all around this team is insane. Some guys better than others here, but still insane. 4th team is also a pure jiu-jitsu team called All Leon. All you need to know about this team is they have one guy named Joseph Chen, brown belt under Craig Jones. He's a monster. Everyone else on this team sucks. Another quick preface. The way this event is set up is that each match has 3 5-minute rounds. A submission automatically wins the match. You also get points for takedowns, passing the guard, taking the back. Alright, the first 2 teams to go at it is Team Khabib Nurmagomedov versus the Universal Fighters. Now, the only interesting thing to come from this matchup was Khabib's first 2 guys pulled guard, which I was very surprised to see. Other than that, matchup sucked. There was only 1 submission out of the 7 matches. Khabib's team beat the Universal Fighters 4 matches to 3. Next match, Team ADCC went against Team Leon, and who would have guessed Leon got actually curb stomped. They only won 1 match out of the 7. So now, the 2 winning teams are going against each other. We have Khabib's MMA team versus Team ADCC. Now, I won't lie, I was expecting Khabib's team to get destroyed. I didn't think it was going to be competitive at all, and it was a waste of my time to watch this. But the very first match, Khabib's guy goes out there, pulls guard, and wins by heel hook. I was absolutely blown away. I could not believe it. The Dagestani MMA fighter just heel hooked the jiu-jitsu guy. There's no way. Absolutely no way. Safe to say, from there on, I was invested. I was like, okay, this is interesting. Maybe jiu-jitsu's fake. Next match, though, Team ADCC guy is able to get a sweep going for leg locks, ends up winning the match based on points. So, we're 1-1. And now we've got Isaac Michelle versus Shamil Sheshabekov. Shamil is an undefeated fighter, 7-0. Most his wins come from smashing and submitting his opponents. So, I was really excited for this one. The match starts and Isaac pulls half guard. It's a bit stalematey, not much happens. Eventually, they both stand up. Isaac takes him down and smashes him badly. Gets him in half guard, gets chest to chest with him, and smashes him. It was hard to watch. I will be completely honest with you. The announcers mentioned that Khabib was on his way to the event, but he had to cancel because of some family emergency. My best guess, he probably was wearing the "if sambo was easy, it'd be called Jiu Jitsu" shirt, saw this happening, and then turned right around. I mean, it was that bad. Isaac eventually wins by armbar, and the score is 2-1. Next match, Team ADCC guy wins with a pretty easy heel hook. Then Badoni, ADCC champ, wins by referee decision very easily. ADCC wins again by points, and then Cole Abate, the Jiu-Jitsu prodigy, wins with an easy heel hook. Final score, ADCC beats Nurmogomedov 6-1. I honestly have to give Team Nurmagomedov huge props for even doing this event and allowing heel hooks. It's something that they obviously have an understanding of. I'm sure they practice it and they use it while they're sparring and whatnot, but they're going against a team that specializes in these positions. In MMA, you don't need to do that. The leg lock game is underdeveloped there. Whenever the jiu-jitsu guys pulled guard and played bottom half, the Dagestanis looked really good on top. Their guard passing didn't seem as good, but in MMA, you don't need to worry about passing the guard as much as in pure grappling. But they were able to fend off a lot of upper body submission attacks. It wasn't until the jiu-jitsu guys attacked the legs that we really saw the gap in skill there. You want to know what's absolutely insane, though? After this team fight, that Team Allione win against the pure Dagestani grapplers. Team Allione got smashed, other than Joseph Chen, who I mentioned before. He won his match. Other than that, Allione lost all their matches. So now we've got Team ADCC versus the Universal Fighters. Now remember, the Universal Fighters lost to Team Khabib, but somehow the Universal Fighters beat Team ADCC. They beat them. Match 1, starting off with some wrestling exchanges. It seems pretty even until Universal Fighter guy shoots ADCC guy, sprawls, but he's able to circle to the back off of the sprawl, getting 2 points for a takedown. Gets his back taken, gets rear naked choked. Match number 2, very similar thing happens. Universal Fighter guy shoots, ADCC guy sprawls, but he circles to the back off of the sprawl. They have a scramble, and it goes back to guard. And the thing that is the most noticeable here, Team ADCC guy, Luke Griffith, you can tell he's a lot more well-versed in submissions. He's attacking the leg constantly, attacking shoulder crunches, but the Universal Fighter guy just keeps surviving, keeps maintaining his base, tiring him out, and eventually passing his guard and getting points to end up winning the match once time runs out. Third match, Dante Leon, who got third place at the last ADCC. He is one of the strongest members on Team ADCC. From bottom half guard, he grabs a shoulder crunch, throws his leg over, gets the armbar finish. So now we're Universal Fighters has 2-1. So now we've got Zach Kaina. He immediately opens up with a Kimura attempt to an omoplata. He holds the omoplata for a while, which is very impressive in no gi. It's very hard to finish an omoplata. But the round ends and they both restart standing. Immediately, Universal Fighters guy shoots a takedown. Zach grabs a Kimura, falls to his back with it. Now, usually from this Kimura trap position, your best bet is going to be taking the back. But Universal Fighters guy scrambles, ends up on top, and he ends up getting 2 points. Because for those who don't know, if you attack a submission off a takedown, you don't get points until the person escapes the submission. So, upon escaping and him ending up on top, he gets points for the takedown. So, once the match ends, that's it. All those submission attempts did not matter because the Universal Fighters guy was able to score. And now, it is 3-1, and it is looking bad for Team ADCC. Luckily, the next 2 guys coming out, Giancarlo Badoni and Abate, are 2 of the strongest members on Team ADCC. They both win with heel hooks. Now it's 3-3, and it all comes down to one final match. And I'll just play for you how it ended.
Magic stick jumps over the shot. First hook is in. Climbing the back. What a play by the Hokage.
No hooks,
Makes the move into the crucifix.
Fabricio Andre looking for the arm. No hooks in. Khabib's trying to turn, but Fabricio Andre really solid grip.
The guy airbag finds a way, grabs the single, now making his own move around towards the back. He's got the duck. Can he put the Hokage down and win it for his team?
Really solid grip around the
Hokage hips touch just for a brief moment. Scrambles back to his feet.
Fabricio Andre back up to his feet, in danger of exposing his back here. Khabib hanging on for dear life.
Hips on the mat. And he scrambles again and he frees himself. No point. Universal Fighters wins it for Universal Fighters. The team storms the mat. Universal Fighters with the huge upset over Team Adolfo.
And that was it. Team Universal Fighters beat Team ADCC. It was very clear that all the members on Team ADCC were way more well-versed in submissions. They were threatening with way more. But in an event like this, with a very specific rule set of points and takedowns, they were able to even the odds. Why they elected to not have Isaac Michel compete there at the end, I don't know why. I think ADCC would have won if they put him out there. And to preface, obviously, this is not the best team ADCC could possibly have. If every single member was an ADCC champion, it wouldn't be close. But you still expect the pure jiu-jitsu team to win. And they didn't, which is insane. So I pose a question to all of you guys. Is jiu-jitsu fake?